Hey there. So today I want to tell you about a couple new tools that I have come across. One to help you write and come up with more content ideas, and one to help you with all of those link tracking things that we need to do. So let's jump in.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
Hey, good morning. And for those of you who noticed, my apologies that this episode is a day late. We've been having lots of fun things going on around here at the house, including my daughter getting sick. So this episode's a little bit delayed, but I'm sure y'all can relate. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about a couple free tools that I've come across and a paid tool. And then also tell you about I'm doing a 3-day intensive. The marketing's going to be short and sweet because it's coming up in just a couple weeks, but it's a 3-day intensive to get your course created. So mark your calendar for October the 21st. That's the day we're going to get started, and I will have more on next week's episode of the podcast. We'll see how this works, and it might be a good case study to talk about after it's over. I'm only going to have a couple weeks of promotion for this, so I'll let you know how well that works. Usually I try to do things much longer and give you guys lots of heads up, but we're going to try just a couple weeks on this one, plus it's a different approach. So I'll let you know. That's what we do, right? We're just testing out to see how things work, see what resonates, and see what people like. Okay, for today's episode, though, I wanted to talk about these tools. And the first one is actually, at the moment, it's new and it's a free tool. And I'll put the link in the show notes for you. It's called Copy Creator, and it just helps you come up with content ideas, and not just copy ideas, just, any kind of content ideas. So I'll put the link in here so you can see. It's, you start off and you just click in, and it's got 6 different options. So you can do 5 content ideas, 3 podcast episode ideas, 3 content headlines, 3 social media ideas, 3 community engagement questions, or 3 lesson ideas. And so, it's just a short and sweet way to get some, use AI to get some ideas for content. So if you've got one of those days where you're like, you know what, I am just not feeling it today, I am not creative, this could be a great tool to have in your back pocket to get a hold of and just see what it gives you. And sometimes just going from that blank screen to having some ideas, even if they aren't amazing ideas, just some kind of ideas can get you going and kind of spur your own creativity when you've got something instead of that blank screen. So it's called Copy Creator, and the link is in the show notes at coursecreatorshq.com/115. So that's the first tool, is an idea generator, content generator for you, and it's free. And then the next one I want to tell you about is a new deal on AppSumo, and it's to help you with all of your link tracking. And I will tell you, I haven't personally signed up for this one yet because I have my own link tracking, but I did go through and evaluate it. I looked at the reviews, I looked at the questions that people asked and answered, and I was really impressed with the creators because they were very responsive, very helpful, and I didn't see anything that jumped out at me and made me go, oh, I'm not sure about this. But saying that, I should tell you these AppSumo deals, the way they work is you buy a lifetime account usually. And so you make one payment, you get to use the tool forever. And sometimes it's new tools that get put out here. So there's always a risk of whether or not, things could go south if the the company decides they're not going to make it long term, that is a risk. So I just like to mention that when I talk about AppSumo deals. I'm not seeing anything on here that raises any red flags for me, but you'll want to do your own due diligence. And I always recommend you go down, you look at the questions and you look at the reviews, and you can sort the reviews by descending just to see if there's anything big that jumps out at you. And these guys they call them 5 tacos instead of 5 stars. These guys have all 5 taco reviews, so that is also a good sign. So basically what this tool is, it's called Linko, and I'll put the link to this in the show notes too for you. Basically, it lets you use your own domain names and shorten your links. So, and plus track them, which is like the essential part of it. So you know how I give you guys the links to this podcast episode where I'll say coursecreatorshq.com/115. And if you actually go to that page on my website, it's a longer link, but I wanted to have the short version, the /115. So it's really, really easy for me to share those with you and anybody else. And when I want to share prior podcast episodes out, I've got my list and I can just give out the numbers, and you see it's really super easy way to do that. And then the second piece of it is I can go back and I can see like how many people clicked on episode 115 or 114 or 113, which ones are getting the most interest and getting the most clicks. So that's what this tool will do for you, is take those big, long, ugly links and let you shorten it into something that's easier to access and easier to get to. So I think it's huge for knowing what's working. Like what you could do, let me give you an example, is let's say you have a freebie page where you're giving out your lead magnet and you're posting it in a lot of different places. So you could have one link maybe that you use on your LinkedIn account, one link that you use on Twitter, one link that you use on Facebook, one link that you send out in your email, one link that you send out if you've got TikTok or, and each of those get their own unique link. So you can see like, where am I getting the most people clicking through? Which is working the best, which account is getting the most response. So that's how we want to use some kind of tool like this link tracking, so that we can keep an eye out for what's working the best. So I will also mention on here, it's a little bit unique in that you can pay the one-time fee of $39, and that will get you 60 days of tracking. But if you want to do long-term tracking, like unlimited tracking forever, or, that's forever data retention is what they call it, then you actually buy 3 of these codes. So instead of 1 code, you buy 3 of them, and then you get the forever tracking. And I noticed in the questions, what you can do is you can buy 1, try it out, see if you like the way it works, see if it makes sense. And then if it does, you can contact their support and you buy the other 2. So you bought 3 in total. So you buy 2 more and contact their support, and they can upgrade you. So, they have live chat support, so you can use that on the website to get upgraded. But so far, this looks like a really good idea. And then once you pay for this once, you'll have that long-term access. So you won't have to pay for a tool repeatedly. So alternatively, I will tell you about another one that I recommend, but it's not a lifetime account. Rebrandly is another tool. You can get to that at coursecreatorshq.com/rebrandly. It's so hard to say. It does something similar, but it's if you want to use their lowest program, you need to contact them because they have a really simple program where you put your domain name in, and it's like $48 a year. So contact them though, because it's not obvious on the website. You want to go through support if you want to do that, is where you use your own domain name and you're linking out into your different links. And in general, these tools, I'm not sure about Linko, but just in general, it often needs to be a separate domain from like your website. So that you might have to have and buy an extra domain in order to make this work. So hopefully that gives you a couple ideas. Check out the show notes for the links, coursecreatorshq.com/115. This would be a fantastic thing to get set up now so that in the new year, you can track your links and you know what's happening. You know what people are clicking on, what they like. You can use it across your social media accounts so you can see really what's happening and how well it's working in order to get people to click through. And one more thing I will throw out for you. I've had people say, oh, well, can't I just use Bitly, which is a pretty common one. Two things on that. You don't get your own domain name, so you don't get your own branding on it because it's the bit.ly links. And then the second thing is sometimes email providers will see those links and see them as spam because for a long time spammers were using those links to shorten them. So it could hurt your email delivery. So I'm not a big fan of using Bitly links just because of that. Plus, I want you to have your own branding. So, every time I give out a link, I say coursecreatorshq.com and I'm sharing it out in one more place where you get to hear my branding over and over again. So let me know if you have questions on this. I realize this was kind of a short and sweet intro to a somewhat complex topic, but these specials, like the special for Linko on AppSumo, it's not going to be around forever. That's the other thing, that they do these specials for a fixed amount of time, and then the special leaves the store. So if you're interested, do not wait on this one. Jump on it because it could be gone within a couple weeks or within a few days. I actually don't know when it's coming down. So coursecreatorshq.com/Linko will take you to that tool, /Rebrandly will take you to that tool, and then /CC will take you to the copy creator tool. Hope this was helpful for you this week and gives you an idea or two on how you can improve your business. We're really focusing on that right now and getting everybody ready for the new year, kind of planning out what's going to happen. My Course Profits Accelerator students are really getting into, okay, what are we doing for not only the end of the year and Black Friday specials or anything like that, but starting to think about what's my priority for the year ahead and where am I going to focus? What am I going to do? So you can do the same thing. Be thinking about how you want your course creation business to add in next year, change, shift. What new things are you going to try? What are you going to repeat that worked really well this year? And ask yourself those questions over the next couple weeks. All right, take care, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. And thank you for the reviews. I really, really appreciate all the 5-star reviews that you guys leave. It makes my week and keeps me going on putting these episodes together. So thanks so much. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week.